Yeah, I know what type of time I'm on when I step in the scene, man. Had them bottles ready, had them sparkles ready. It's gonna be a good night. Last time around, it was different. Somebody tell them pay attention, nigga.
Yeah. Welcome to this brand new episode of Another Shitty Penny Podcast. It's your boy John, and guess who? My co-host is back after 2-week break. Bree is back. My co-host Bree is back. Is back, and it's funny that she returns when a certain someone drops music. We're gonna definitely get into that, but it's just the timing just works out perfectly for her. And if you someone who's been watching this pod, you would know or jump who I'm talking about. And for those who are future viewers of our pod, trust me, it won't take that much time to know who she's talking about, because she definitely lets it be known. We could talk about acting, fashion, whatever. She finds a way to mention this person who is a big icon, one of the biggest stars to ever walk this planet. But
John, but you always do that. But she's done it all. Like, don't play her. Don't
play her.
No, you start I bring her up in all subjects when we talking because she is in all subjects. Okay, tell me one subject she's not part of.
I'm pretty sure she ain't out here. We could talk about cars and something, and you'll find a way.
Okay, what artist you know is doing cars right now? What artist you know has a car? Nobody.
The point is, you find a way to squeeze her in when it doesn't necessarily need to be.
She's in all topics because she's an all-topic star.
That's hilarious. That's funny, but what I'm saying is, we could be.
Listen, I'm just here for the talk. I'm just here for the Beyonce. That's it.
She's great. No one denies her place. We may disagree on her placement, but
I just think we should start off with her tonight because she's the queen of all queens. I mean, you wanted to start off with Drake, but he ain't shit. Let's.
We'll definitely. No, it's crazy. We'll start off with Drake. We'll talk Drake, then we get into Beyonce, because I feel like we have to talk about.
Okay, that conversation is gonna be short because Drake's.
No, I would say, because regardless of the fact, the way I look at it is, we're gonna talk about Drake, and it's gonna leak into. I feel like some conversations are gonna leak. So basically, before we get into Bree's all-time favorite person, we're gonna get into Drake. Drake
is my all-time favorite person, John. You know it.
So we're gonna get into
Put some respect on her name, John. Before we go into Drake, you better put some respect on her name, John.
I definitely did not slight her in any way. I gave her the proper.
You know the Beehives do not play when it comes to B. All right.
Of course not. Yeah, of course not. I've seen the things that you do on social media, but we're gonna start it off before we reached today, and we had a surprise drop single, even though it was kind of announced early in the day. Because she said midnight, so she said midnight yesterday and it dropped. But before we get to that, the most popular rapper on the planet, Drake. He is the most popular rapper.
So Kanye was the most popular rapper. Get your story straight, John.
Kanye is one of the more popular ones, but if how I say, Kanye been doing it longer, so it's like I feel like Drake's probably the most popular rapper.
Okay.
Kanye is very, very popular, but it's I feel like his popularity is more like other stuff. Like the music is part of it, but he's like all the other stuff he does. I feel like Drake's main popularity, even though he does other stuff as well, I think a majority of his popularity comes from Drake's music. Even though, but it's debatable. It depends. But for me right now, I would say Drake's the most popular. In my opinion, I could be wrong. I think Drake's the most popular. His popularity rise. He has his fan base. So Drake announced that he would be dropping a surprise album, and That was what, Thursday. He said by midnight the album will be out. The album came. It's not what everyone expected. You know what I'm trying to say? It wasn't what everyone expected.
No, John, explain to me what you say. I don't know what you're saying.
But Drake announced, honestly, never mind to drop. So the album comes out. People listen to it. I listen to it. In my honest opinion, I would just say when it comes to music, is different. Is a little different. Not to say an excuse, it's just a little more different to critique certain things. Oh, I mean, what I mean is, because at the end of the day, is what the music makes you feel. What the music makes you feel, or what you listen to the song, how it makes you feel will be different to how I'll feel listening to the record and the next person. You may think one record's fire, I might think the next record's trash. And I think just with music is a little much different. It has this competition and this competitiveness, but I think it's just a little more different to judge. But to me, Drake did something I didn't expect, but I did expect, if you will understand that. Like, I didn't expect dance album, but I did expect Drake to, showcase his versatility. That's something that he's been doing throughout his career. He started off the rapping, and then you see how he started dabbling and doing certain albums, just doing one sound, and then see how Views sounded. So he's someone that's just been showcasing his versatility throughout his whole career. So, I feel like out of all the songs in the album, I can say like one song you really like. I think what's the name of it? Text Go Green. Text Go Green is the one song I could say that really. You could say that you could plug that into any Drake. I feel like that's the one song you could plug into any Drake album because it's like it sounded so Drake to me. That's my opinion. It sounded like so Drake. Text Go Green sounded so Drake. But I would say the album's not for me. But to those who enjoy this type of music, and there is people that enjoy this kind of music, maybe that's not the artist you expect to drop this kind of music. Because when people think Drake, they drink. Even though Drake do be singing sometimes, they think of Drake the rapper, but people forget his versatility and how he tries to showcase his versatility. Not the album, not for me, but for those who will enjoy it, because that's the type of genre of music they like, they will enjoy it. For those that's just gonna say it's fine because of Drake's popularity and their fans of Drake, hey, that's y'all favorite rapper. Support him as y'all wish. But I will say honestly, the album is not for me. But to those who enjoy it, shout out to them. And to those that didn't enjoy it, there's not what you expect. Just know when it comes to Drake, expect he's gonna showcase his versatility. So he feels like dropping a specific genre album, he's gonna drop it. That's my honest opinion on the album. Bree, what you thought about the album?
It sucked, asshole. I just don't understand how he could change his genre, right? So how he can go from rap to like pop to dance music, and Doja can't. And I'm about to defend Doja right now because this is weird to me, and you know how I feel about Doja. But I just feel like I don't understand how he's able to change his genre of music and Doja isn't. Like, to me, this is some bullshit because again, you look at Drake, he's a rap artist. He's, or he does pop, or, sometimes he'll dabble in the reggae and shit. But this album, Johnny, was just straight ass. And I feel like this is how I really feel. It was a rushed album. That's what it felt like to me. It felt like a rushed album. It just didn't feel like a album he took his time to like create and make sure all the components of this album was good. It felt like a rushed album. Did it not feel like that to you? Because it felt like that to me. It felt like it was rushed. It felt
I don't know. I didn't get that feeling, but I was trying to say that's what I said. Sometimes certain music, sometimes
I feel like it was just unfinished. It just felt like we got an unfinished product, if that makes sense. And so it irritates me because again, we hold Drake to this artistry that, you know, he creates music that will last and we could continue to play over and over and over again. But this album, it just seems like you can't really do that. It just seems unfinished. It seems unfinished. It seems like it just doesn't seem like he took his time to create these songs. It seems a lot of these songs are repetitive. You get what I'm saying? Like there's no verses. It's just repetitive, like sentence after sentence. It just didn't feel completed. It just didn't feel like he took his time out to do this album seriously. It felt like because he knew he was Drake, he could put it out and it was gonna succeed because he's Drake. You get what I'm saying? There was no real thought behind the album.
I would say I think he probably really, like I said, he's someone.
No, Johnny, that's my opinion. That's how I feel. I feel like he didn't put no thought behind it. I feel like there was no thought. There was no like love. Like when I think of,
I respect your opinion, but I'm saying I'm gonna defend him a little bit. I'm gonna say I think he did think about it. Like I said, he's someone who's known as a versatile artist who likes to showcase his versatile skills. That he likes someone that likes to showcase that he's versatile. So therefore, I'm pretty sure he pretty thought like the thought process was him showcasing his versatility.
Even if you have if you are a versatile artist, it didn't feel like, again, you can show you're versatile while doing it in a way where it doesn't feel rushed or didn't feel completed or didn't feel like there was any creativity in it. I just personally just did not. I don't know. I just didn't feel this. I haven't felt the last two albums. I feel like the last album he did was the same way. It wasn't. It was more of a gimmick between him and Kanye. This one, it just feels like it was just, I need to put out music because the last one didn't do as well as I thought it was. And so it's just, all this shit, it just feels blah. It's just a blah, blah, blah. I mean.
No chance. Not one song you like on the album?
Nope.
Not one?
And I listened to it twice. So I'm a big Drake fan. If you didn't know, I love Drake. I really do. I would put Drake before I put Kanye. I would listen to Drake before I listen to Kanye. It's just, I'm just being honest. Okay, yeah. I'm being real. Okay, all right. Don't put that face. I saw that. I'm allowed to say that Drake and Meek Mill, I'll listen to them, or J. Cole before I listen to Kanye. That's my business. That's my prerogative. I can listen to whatever I want to listen to, right? So I'm a big Drake fan, and I just feel like this shit was bullshit. I'm sorry. No. And I love Drake. And I was looking forward to it. I woke up that morning like, I'm going to be on my way to work, pumping some Drake. Yeah. I gave it 2 tries. I listened to it before work and after work, and it just...
While you're bumping it, you just have to dance your way to work, you know? Or just walk to work and dance your way.
Oh, Johnny, I bumped... You know what's funny? The minute Beyonce song started today, I bumped. It was like... I listened to it maybe like 15 times. I know the words now. Like, I listened to it on my way home. Like, I was bumping it. Like, it was.
So, but let's get into it. We got other things. I was a little more further back on the rundown, but since you brought it up, we're gonna get right into it. Yes, the Queen Bee is back, and yeah, I heard the intro to this episode. How I think is just the perfect timing. My co-host returned. Queen Bee returns as well. So you return when she returns. But yeah, she dropped a new single.
We connected, Johnny. Me and her connected.
Break My Soul was a single she announced that will be out Sunday. She announced a new song at midnight. Midnight came, which midnight would mean Monday today when we film. So Monday today, Break My Soul was out. Everyone's going crazy for it. Everyone loves it. Not to compare, the sound does seem a
Don't compare then.
Similar.
It doesn't sound similar.
You're just talking about I'm talking about the sound. I'm not talking about like the overall.
It doesn't. The sound doesn't sound familiar to me.
Oh, no, it does. But
it doesn't.
It does, but she dropped her single. How do you feel? Like she's back.
Listen, Beyonce never left. Y'all need to stop saying she back. She never left, okay? Beyonce's always been here. I just feel like this is a motivational song. It's like, it's upbeat, yes, it's up tempo, yes, but it's motivational. Like the song is motivational. When you heard it, did you not feel like you just wanted to get up and do something?
I bumped it one time. I'll listen to
Only
it.
one time?
Yeah, so, like, I was supposed to go crazy, listen to it like 10 times like you. You said 15. I said one. So you already
Yes,
had me.
I bumped it 15 times, Johnny, because it was something special.
I'm not saying it wasn't nothing special, but I could see that song getting played everywhere and being played a lot. I'll give you that. Once I heard it, I was like, yeah, they're gonna burn this record. This song definitely get played a lot. I'll give you that. But
it touched my soul.
yeah, no, but technically, if you count the Lion King soundtrack, she hasn't had a solo album since 2016. That's why I say she returned. She had like little EPs or little things there, but a solo album she hasn't. I don't think she hasn't had a solo album since 2016. Because the Lion King soundtrack was 2019, and before that was Lemonade 2016.
Yes.
Solo album wise, that's why I said she returned. Not saying she wasn't still doing music or she wasn't still out and active and doing certain things. I'm just saying solo album wise, this is about to be her first solo project album in a few years. That's why I said she's back and she returned. But she has been dropping music.
Doesn't matter. She's still the best.
Mm-hmm. She's Queen Bee, and with her,
I just felt like having Frida. If you don't know who Frida is, she's a like dancer. You know.
I know who the person you're talking about.
Right, and she came up with like all the twerking and all that good stuff for the women.
Mm-hmm.
She was on the song. It flowed better than Drake's album. I haven't even heard the whole album yet, and I'm so sad she just released one song. Why not just give us the album B? Why not? But okay, I get it. Like, so she gave us one song, and I've been bumping to it. I bumped it going to work. I bumped it as soon as I got out of work. I mean, I'm surprised I'm not bumping it tonight. Like, I just feel like this just shows that B can drop motivation music with a dancing song and be like the shit, Johnny.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that.
No, I'm not saying there's not wrong with that. I'm just saying the talent she shows, and y'all want to compare her to Dojo and.
That's like I told you before, it's just an unfortunate thing that people love to do with is like.
Right. But again, she always look for the next. She doesn't deserve the comparisons yet. She's not where Beyonce's at. I'm sorry, she's not. So.
Listen, she has to because also from the our last point from the last topic we just talked about, I forgot to respond. Also, I could put it in this way because it all goes together. Remember when you said it's not fair that they gave Drake the thing and not Doja? The difference I would say in that is Drake has been in the game longer, so fan base wise, he has more seniority when it comes to it. So when he tries to decide something to do it, I wouldn't not compare Doja to Beyonce because she hasn't been in the game long enough. She's still young on the rise. I'm not saying
it's a difference. It's a difference. What I was saying about Drake, again, Doja's been trying to change her genre for a very long time. No, they haven't.
She could.
They still consider her an R&B artist. Dojo has been trying to change her art into pop music forever. With that being said, it's funny to me how Drake can choose what is dance music and what is like R&B and what is rap. And that's all I'm saying.
No.
With the comparison of Beyonce and Dojo, what I'm trying to tell you is the difference is they trying to say she is Beyonce. The comparison doesn't go there, right? Yeah. It's nowhere near there. But what I am gonna tell you is that I think it's unfair that Drake. That's like if Beyonce came out right now, right, and she had like an album that was R&B, and she decided, well, I'm gonna change the genre to country. You're gonna say how, and they allow her to do that. You're gonna say, well, why would she be able to do that? But it's okay. It's okay for Drake to do that. That's what I'm saying.
Look, I'm not in control of who makes the decisions on who makes it what okay, but I promise you, if Beyonce was to go that route and say it's country, the album would be recognized as a country album. But look, it goes towards the fact that all them years she's put in musically. So I feel like that plays a role. Doja is relatively new. She's been in the game a couple of years. She's been a household name not that many years. You know what I'm trying to say? Like the name that we talk about, it hasn't been that many years. Versus like a Drake and a Beyonce, they've been household names.
But how you gonna tell somebody what genre their music is?
Or I understand what you're saying, but I'm saying Beyonce and Drake have been like household names 10 plus years. Beyonce probably, well, not probably, Beyonce more years, but Drake has been a household name 10 plus years.
I'm just telling you, I think it's
Beyonce. Beyonce been a household name almost 20 years, probably more than 20 years. She's been a household name.
You're not listening. I get that. But what I'm saying to you is if Drake can change his music and the genre, then Doja Cat should be able to do the same thing.
Yeah, and I agree with you, but what I'm saying is the only reason why is probably not going to be perceived or not happening. That's people letting it be known, like you got to put a little more few years into this industry. You put a little more years in it, and then you create the juice enough to I'm gonna call it this, I'm gonna call it that. But for the time being, we are what you say we are, what you are. Not saying that's the right way to go about it, but that's how I perceive it. That's how it's going. They're not letting her dance around what genre she wants because they're trying to put her in the box because she hasn't been in the game long enough. But she is a big name. She's one of the more new coming the new artists, more popular the new artists. But she's been a household name, 3-4 years now? 3? 2, no, yeah, like 3 or 4 years. She's been, I would say 3 years, a household name, like a big artist. Maybe 2 to 3 years. 2 to 4 years, somewhere in that span. She'll create the juice, time comes. She's very popular. People love her. So the more music she puts out, you'll see. She'll get, I think she'll get to the point where she'll be able to do that and no one will say nothing. She'll just do it. It's like, oh, okay, that's what she decided to do. Okay. But it's just a simple fact that she's she's relatively new in the discussion. So maybe that's why. I'm just trying to give you an answer on why they're not allowing it. I could be completely wrong. But new music from Queen B. And also, she said July 29th. She has, I think that's the scheduled date for her album release.
And I'm super excited.
So July 29th. So you got the single. Even though realistically, Beyonce didn't even have to, announce a release date. She didn't even have to announce the single. She could have just dropped and it was gonna do the numbers it was gonna do. So the little thing, deactivating her social media and doing all that.
That shit drops.
I said she doesn't have to do that.
I may not sleep, John. I may be listening to her music, so just beware.
So I'm pretty sure with this album, she probably has other things planned that might come out with this album. She probably has like a whole rollout plan. So this is definitely gonna be. So I would say stay tuned, especially for you. You're like a big fan. I would say stay tuned. I'm pretty sure there's about to be a couple of things that's gonna come out with this album, and just on the road from this single to the album. Expect some stuff from her. And that's how I see it. I think that we're gonna be getting some new stuff from her. But sticking to new music, we talked about Diddy starting that new R&B centric label, but Diddy dropped a new song. Feeling it or not? New song Diddy featuring Bryson Tiller. Are you feeling it or not?
Give some backstory. The whole song is about Cassie.
Is it? I don't know. I'm just asking. Is it?
There's so much drama going with that song because it is about Cassie and her her like dating the what was he, a trainer? Yeah, dating the trainer and shit, and how he
I
can't.
think that's her husband. The guy. She's
Well, it's about how
the
it's about how
process
Cassie
of
left him.
the process. So you're saying the song's the process of her leaving Diddy and her dealing with the new man in her life. Okay.
Right. I mean,
I'm gonna listen to the song again. I didn't really catch that. I'm gonna listen to the song again now that you put this in my head to really like pay
you haven't
attention.
seen the beef that's been going on social media about the damn song, Johnny.
I seen that, but sometimes people be reaching
Her
sometimes.
husband replied to the song.
I seen something. I didn't really look into that, but I did see
I
something
mean,
that where it said he did reply.
it's alright. I mean, I like it. It's a bumper, but it's not. It's with Diddy. See, the problem I have with Diddy is that he's not an artist. So a lot of the times I just be like, another DJ Khaled.
I want to say that.
There you go.
He is an artist. He is an artist, but
Yeah.
he is an artist, but
Yeah.
he is an artist. When I look at Diddy, he's just to me. I look at him more of an entertainer, but he is an artist.
Entertainer, nor is he an artist, Johnny.
He's both.
Johnny.
He's both. He is
Johnny.
both. He is both. He is both. He is both.
Johnny, I let you say a lot of dumb shit on here, Johnny.
That's not dumb. No, it's not dumb.
I let you say a lot of dumb shit, but that is crazy.
What you mean?
You don't remember when Suge Knight said, if you don't want your manager in the videos dancing or trying to take the spotlight, come to Death Row. He wasn't no artist, he was a manager.
He's a producer. He said producer.
Get out of here, Johnny.
Producer.
Suge Knight said it.
Yeah, Suge Knight said. He said, if you don't want the producer dancing all in your video, taking all that, he said, come to Death Row. I remember that.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
That's what Suge Knight said.
Because P. Diddy was an artist. I mean, not an artist. He was a manager.
He was a producer. P. Diddy has many titles. He has many titles.
What titles does he have, Johnny? Yo, you just be making shit up.
Yeah, it's facts. Record exec, producer, rapper. He rapped. Yeah, when it comes to music, he has plenty. He has a couple of titles. When it comes to music,
Give me one song that he rapped on. Oh, he was the rapper. Give me one song right now. Give me one song right now.
He rapped on Biggie's Victory. That's one. He rapped on that. He rapped on I Need a Girl, part 1 and 2. He rapped on both. He did. He did rap on both. Like he said, I gave you 3. He what else he rapped on?
Oh my God. When you think of Diddy, you think of an artist? Be honest with yourself. No, be honest.
I told you no. I don't think.
Okay, so then
more.
I don't even know what we're talking about because nobody considers P. Diddy an artist. If you said P. Diddy to anybody, the most they're gonna think about is Ciroc.
That's not true. That's not true. That's not true. That's not true. That's what I said. Like, that's not true.
That is true, Johnny. I wouldn't say it if it wasn't true.
Diddy is overall an entertainer.
You're gonna think of 2 things. You ready? I'm gonna give you the 2 things. You ready? You're gonna think of Ciroc, and you're gonna think of making the band.
People would think of making the band, but that's not the first thing people's thinking of. Bad Boy, music. That's the first thing you think. Bad Boy. Say Diddy, Bad Boy.
Yeah, you think of him robbing people's money.
Oh, that's accusations, speculation. Accusation, speculation.
Johnny, if more than one person says it, Johnny, it's not accusation.
It could still be accusations. More than one person could say a lie. I don't know the truth behind it. I don't know the details behind it, but more than one person could say a lie.
Okay. I mean, I like the jam. The jam is nice. I mean, the song is
yeah, we just went on a whole other thing.
Because I personally I'm not a big fan of P. Diddy, but the song is cool. You can tell, I mean, to me, because I just feel like again, he's just a background noise. I just don't feel like he's an artist that's in the limelight. But that's just me personally. I personally just don't look at P. Diddy as an artist. I think he's more of a producer, like you said, more of like putting shit together. I just don't see him as an artist, and that's just my opinion. So the song is cool, but I just don't think of it as his song. Like if you actually listen to it, it's
I just think he's
but what do I know, Johnny? Because
I'm saying he's an overall entertainer. That's he's a jack of all trades. He does a little everything. You could argue if he's good or bad at whatever, but he's someone that does a little of everything.
right.
He's one of those. You know what I'm trying to say? He may not be the best rapper, but he raps. You know, that's how I look at it. He's a jack of all trades.
Okay.
That's how I look at it. But then we're gonna go now. We're gonna definitely keeping the music. We got a new versus announcement, so we're gonna have a new versus announcement. So we're gonna have Omarion versus Mario, who were two of on the rise of the early 2000s. Two artists that was definitely on the rise in the early 2000s.
Mario's mine too.
So
don't put how do I breathe because I'm going in.
So we got them, and then we have an undercard. It's and then the pre.
What is an undercard? I was gonna ask you that shit.
Oh, I'm gonna explain. Basically, the undercard is basically like, let's say, for example, Bree. Let's say, for example, Dev and Drew, right? They're scheduled to box. That's the main event. That's Drew and Dev boxing match, main event. Any other fight under that is considered undercard. It's a show, but it's not the main event. It's not the main. So anything under that is considered undercard. So basically, the main event, the versus is Mario or Marion. That's the versus. That's basically the main attraction. And they said, I think it was Ray J and Bobby V.
Oh, I love me some Bobby Valentino.
I think it's Ray J and Bobby V together versus Sammy and Pleasure P. I was saying Pleasure P. So it's 2-on-2. So it's Ray J and Bobby V versus them two.
That's a bad mix. But I do love well, Ray J don't got that much shit. But here's my problem. You ready for my problem? I feel like when Versus was at its highest, it was amazing, right? So when we used to watch Versus during COVID, I think we were all okay with that, right? Because it was like, okay, like nobody could go nowhere. It was a hard time. So cool, like we watch Versus, right? But now I feel like because people are allowed to go outside and like we outside, like it's time for it to for them to let it go.
I want to say that I agree with you saying. A big part of it was the fact that we had nothing to watch, but I feel like something that also happened that makes it special is the fact that it's basically you're going to a competitive concert. You know what I'm trying to say? So that's what I think that keeps people wanting to view it. I understand what you're saying. It was something very big during the pandemic. We have done. They came up with a dope idea, held this down, and now everyone's out and about for the most part. I don't know if we're officially over the pandemic. I don't know what they say about that or whatnot. I don't know the official terms on that, but everybody's more for the time being right now. Everyone's summertime, so well, not officially summer. Actually, yeah, it's officially summer. So everybody's out and about, enjoying their summer, and it's just everybody going outside now. Is the verse still hitting? But is the fact that it's still you could go now instead of viewing it on your TV screens, your laptop screens, or your phone. You could go there and be witness to this great show, this competitive concert. Two artists showcasing their catalogs of their greatest hits, and they're going back and forth, and you get to enjoy both artists. So no, it's something that'll be worth viewing and going to. So I think that keeps the allure of the verses going. So if I think the versus is gonna be around for a little bit because there's still certain matchups that people want to see. There's still matchups that people want to see, and
Right. But I think at this point, that's what I'm trying to tell you. I don't think those matches are gonna happen because now people are like, "Yo, we could just do concerts." I just don't see like the big people that we want to see. Just don't see it happening, Johnny. I just don't see it. But that's just my opinion. So I feel like now we're getting like the small people, like the people who don't have many albums and stuff like that. And so that's why I'm saying versus needs to stop because they're not gonna be able to. I mean, we got the people who was like big because of they wasn't able to leave their house or do concerts. So we got like the big like the high end people. You get what I'm saying to you?
I'm pretty sure
I just don't think people want to do it now anymore. I just don't. We don't really see people like the big high end people who are out doing it. Like they're not gonna do it. They're not gonna do it.
What I'll say is I definitely see people out and about. I see more shows being done. People are going back on tour. People are doing certain things. Tours opening back up. People doing multiple shows. People's traveling to these countries, states. Everybody's back on tour. For the most part, it looks like everything's getting back to how it used to be pre-COVID with the artists. But with versus, I'm pretty sure you offer the right amount of money. Don't try to say you offer artists the right amount of money. They'll do it. It's just technically still a show. The right amount of money in the right venue still might.
I just don't see it. I just don't see it right now. Right now, the right amount of money would be like for a concert or something. I just don't see it, and that's why we're getting these low end people. To me, I mean, I won't be. I want to say that I'm gonna watch it, but I probably not. And I love Mario, I really do. But
you probably tune in depending on what day they do it, at what time they do it.
He got 4 to 5 songs, so yeah.
When the performance kicks in, you gotta see how it goes. But you know,
yeah, if he brings Zendaya out, because you know he did that remix with Zendaya, "Let Me Love You" and stuff. If he brings Zendaya out, I'm watching it because I love Zendaya. But if he ain't bringing Zendaya out, I don't got time to watch that shit.
They do be having special guests at these verses. So.
Right, and that's what I'm saying to you.
Look, there you go. With that being said, you know that's something that will appeal to you, something that keep you looking at. Oh, what if he does do that? You're gonna want to tune in because he might.
But I'm not gonna tune in.
He might not, but he might.
What I'm gonna do is have my husband tune in, and then if he sees Zendaya, then I'll tune.
Yeah, you can do that.
But I'm personally not gonna watch it. Sorry, I don't really like that lineup. I think versus is like starting to like.
Yeah, well,
people are now going back to concerts. Ain't nobody want to watch that shit on TV no more. We outside, Johnny. We outside.
But that's what I say. It all depends on the matchup. The matchups is what's going to sell it. The matchups is what's going to sell it and keep people looking. Everybody is outside. Everybody's doing what they're doing. Everybody's enjoying their nice, beautiful summer. It's nice and summer outside. Everybody want to be outside.
We outside. I'm going to keep saying it. We outside.
So, but the matchup is what's going to sell it. And I have faith that you will be surprised in the next few months about, oh shit, they about to do what? No, wow. Oh, I might want to watch that. I have faith that will take place, but we're gonna transition, move on to a little controversy from this past week. I don't know if you know much about him, but so it was I would say a failed attempt to try to cancel DJ Akademiks. And for those who don't know, he's a popular YouTuber who, basically he came up the ranks YouTube and he does other things now. He got his podcast, he has his Twitch stream, he does other things, but he's someone who, you could say blew up off YouTube and he's doing his thing now. But they basically took a statement that he said completely out of context, because out of context it sounds crazy, but it took basically a statement with no context, put it out, and try to, I guess, make it seem like it's something he recently said, being age-wise, the age gap, but when he was talking about that, it was in the range. He was in the range of the age of where it was. So that's why I say a failed cancel attempt or failed whatever attempt at what they're doing. But what do you feel about that whole situation?
I don't think it was not in content. I think when you start to put that like in the air where, oh, it's a college scenario, it's never any scenario where a younger girl is allowed to date. Anybody younger than 17 is or 18 is allowed to date anybody older than 18, Johnny. I don't care if the girl went to college at 16, 17, let's say she graduated early. I just don't think it's right. Just because she's going to college, her maturity level in like relationship wise or sexual wise is not the same as somebody who's 20. It's not.
Well, what I'll say is people may not agree with what he said, but what I mean by what I said is he was talking about, it was in the context, he was talking about Tyga and Kylie Jenner dating. And Kylie was 17. She was 17 and Tyga was 24.
Right.
So, and many people didn't agree with that relationship. But what I'm saying is we may not agree with the context of what he's talking about, but it made it, the way it came out with no context made it seem like a little more predatorial creep type of thing than when it actually was, because he was someone who was close to the age. Because the way it came out, it didn't say when the audio was said, when whatnot. So most people probably assume, oh, he just recently said that. I think he's in his 30s. It
doesn't matter when he said it, right? And so
no, it does. It definitely does, because look, there's people there's 16-year-olds that date 18-year-olds, there's 18-year-olds that date 20-year-olds, and 19-year-olds that date. No, it's
yeah, and if you dating a 16-year-old and you 18, you to me it's predatorial because they not.
I want to say that 18 and 16 is not that much big of a difference.
It is.
It's not.
It is.
It is not.
It is, Johnny. It is.
I don't think it's that much big of a difference.
It definitely is.
18 and 16 is not that much of a difference.
It is.
I don't think so.
Okay.
We're gonna agree to disagree, but I'm just saying, like, that's like what's 18 and 16? That's a what? Sophomore and senior in high school?
Right.
And if you went to high school, there's been plenty of those while we was in high school. Yeah, there was, It's not.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't make it right because
that's what I'm saying.
It doesn't. You see, I think the problem here is that because I say, oh well, why would they put, and that's why at 18 you're leaving high school, right? Because you're now developed at a certain age where you're leaving that particular part in your life behind and going to a different part, right? So when you're 18, you're technically, unless you've been left back, but you're technically leaving high school. You're going on to some adult things, right? So someone who's dating someone who's 16, even though you don't think it's a big gap, it is. Because now you're at 18 starting a different chapter in your life. You're not at the same chapter as the 15, 16-year-old you are in school with. And that's why at 18, you are now graduating and now going to do adult things. So when you're sitting here saying, yeah, well, 18 and 16 is not a big gap, it is. And that's why I think to put that in the air, like, oh, there's not a big gap between 18 and 16. It is. Because at 18, you're not thinking the same way as you was at 16. Now you're thinking about colleges and how you're going to pay for college. And your mind is developed at a certain age that you weren't developed at 16. So some of the things I was worried about at 18, I wasn't worried about at 16, right?
No, I understand that. I'm definitely
okay. So you're entering a new realm in life where you're no longer thinking like a child. You're thinking like an adult because you got to make adult decisions, correct? What you make at 18, the decisions you make at 18 now is going to shape your life forever, right? At 18, you decided, okay, well, I'm gonna go to this college, or I'm gonna go to this college. You're shaping your life. Again, I just don't think the mentality of a 16-year-old and an 18-year-old is anywhere is close to where you at, right? So I think that the example you gave about Tigger and Tiger.
That was the context of the
No, I'm saying that's what he said. You said, oh, well, it's about the context. No, it's not. It doesn't matter if they would have said, he said that 6 years ago. He said that 6 years ago, the shit was wrong 6 years ago when he was dating that girl who was 16, 17. She was actually 16 at the time that he started to pursue her. That is predatory because he had a girlfriend or a baby mama who was around his age. And he looked at this young girl as if he can shape her into what he wanted her to be. At 16 and 17, Johnny, and you're 24, you're on different levels in life.
Oh, listen, I agree. I feel like that's a whole different thing. I'm just saying, I understand your whole point where at 18 you're at a point in life where it's like at 18 basically not 18, you're officially an adult at 18.
Right.
You're an official adult, still a teenager, but you're an official adult. 18, 19 is the last years of your teenage years, but those are your first 2 years of adulthood, 18, 19. Right. And I get that, but what I'm saying is like, the mentality is different, but I just look at it, if I'm not saying, I feel like the one example that in a context of it is more wrong than, because that's what happens, and like you said, at 18 you're worried about going to college, this and that, and that's where those relationships usually end, and maybe a few years down the line they re-link or whatever, but that's where it ends, right? But I'm just saying that
I feel like from a female point of view, you're more pressured at 16, 17 to then have sex with this 18-year-old to keep him. I think that's why people automatically say it's not the smartest thing to date a girl who's that young, because she's more impressionable. She's more like...
I don't disagree with that. I feel like you should keep them around your age range. Like, you know what I'm trying to say?
Right. I don't see nothing wrong with you dating someone your age. Listen, why choose, if you can get a girl your age, why choose someone way younger than you? That bothers me. That's where the predatory insight comes in. It's weird to me. It's very weird. It looks like you're training. And I don't like that.
Yeah, I don't think any I don't think 20-year-olds should be dating anything, you know what I'm trying to say. Under
again, I think Akademiks is an idiot. I'm not a big fan of Akademiks. I think it doesn't matter when he said this and what content. I think if he, again, I don't know if Akademiks has kids. Again, I don't follow him per se. I try to look up if he had kids. It wouldn't tell me online, but I just think it doesn't matter the context he said it in or how long ago he said it. He then came back out and said he was trying to explain this and this and that, and still didn't see no wrong in what he was saying. To me, it's just a bunch of a crock of bullshit, Johnny. I'm sorry. I personally have seen a lot of girls be taken advantage of at the age of 16 by someone who was 18, 19, and it was because, oh, there's not a big age gap, but it is a big age gap. It is, Johnny. It is.
I understand what you're saying, but to add thing, basically, what Academics was saying basically is, he was just saying this college. He basically said when you get to college, he's talking about. I know I brought the age. I brought the high school example, but his whole thing was just the college scene and what happened in college. And there's freshmen in college messing around with seniors in college. There's freshmen in college that's messing around with juniors in college.
Right, but usually freshmen in college are 18. They're adults.
There's some 17-year-olds that didn't turn 18. It's late birthday.
It rarely happens, but most of the time they are 18 or they turning 18 in a couple of weeks or a couple of, not even, because the semester starts in September. Like,
yeah, you can't turn 18 till December. That's September, October, November. That's 3 months and some change of being 17. And you in college, I'm pretty sure.
So what does that mean? Because you in college and because she is in college, you now get to take advantage of the 17-year-old? I'm confused.
Nobody's saying nothing about taking that.
Yeah. No one said that. Okay, but you are taking advantage if you think it. Okay, you've been in college forever, and you telling me now you looking at the 17-year-old, knowing that she's fresh. Okay, she's fresh off of college. Listen, this is a very touchy subject because I just feel like I don't give a pass to Akademiks. I don't care when he said it. I don't care if he said it 6 years ago, 7 years ago, 8 years ago. He didn't retract it. He tried to explain what he meant. He didn't try to say, oh no, he didn't mean that. He meant that shit then. He means it now. And so for that, Akademiks is an idiot. I can't stand his ass. I think he's stupid. I hope he don't have daughters, because as a father, if your daughter came into your house and she's 16 and she comes in with a person who's 19 and she tells you mentally we're in the same page, you're gonna look at that dude like, what do you have in common with my 16, 17-year-old daughter? Period.
Listen, I'm not gonna dispute that, but what I'll say is when he said those comments, obviously he felt those comments when he then said it, because he was talking within his age range. I'm pretty sure he's not going around trying to fuck a 17-year-old now.
I don't think so either, but it doesn't matter. When you say things like that, you look like a predator.
I didn't see it that way. There are predators in this world, but I didn't see it that way. I just feel like it was an attempt to, but it didn't work. But if you feel how you feel, we're gonna move on from this topic, and we're gonna now talk about another somewhat controversial topic. Well, not really a controversial topic, but a topic that's been stirring some controversy. We're going to talk about Kim K and that famous Marilyn Monroe dress that they are accusing her of ruining, and she's basically saying she ain't ruined it. She's having people talk about, defending her, saying she didn't ruin it, but she's being accused of ruining it. What's your overall feelings on that whole situation?
Johnny, she ruined that dress. Her ass is too fat for that dress. We're not gonna fucking sit here and pretend like her fat ass didn't ruin that dress. I don't care if she said she wore it from the bottom of the fucking stairs to the top. Bitch, you gotta go up, your legs gotta stretch, right, to go up the stairs. Her fat ass knows she fucking ruined that fucking Marilyn Monroe dress. Let me tell you something, Johnny. I did research on that Marilyn Monroe dress. Okay? I did a lot of research. Okay? That Marilyn Monroe dress the fabric was sewed on to her. Meaning she didn't go for a fitting and she didn't do that. They literally put the fabric on her and sewed it to her body type. So with that being said, it wasn't made to be worn again. Marilyn Monroe even said, this dress will be worn only by me, when she sang to President Kennedy. So for them to put it on this,
I'll say, before you get into more of your rant about this, because you definitely said how you feel about it. I think I seen something where it says Kim K talked about how she lost an extra 15 pounds just to fit the dress. I don't know where I seen that. It might have been somewhere on social media.
No, she did say that. She did.
No, I'm saying, yeah, but I'm saying I seen it. I just don't remember where I saw it, but it said something along the line. She said she lost 15
pounds. It doesn't matter, Johnny. To be honest with you, she still has a fat ass and big tits. Marilyn Monroe wasn't built like that. So even with her losing the weight, to me personally, it was fitted for Marilyn Monroe. It wasn't fitted for Kim K. So when you put on something that was, and then again, it's been in display for so long, right? That if the material, I'm not gonna lie to you, could have gotten a little soft. It could have gotten this, even though Ripley said,
so you don't know how the material.
Right, it wasn't for her to. If they did a replica for her, it was for her to wear the replica and say, this is, inspired by Marilyn Monroe's, happy birthday to Kennedy. But why? It just baffles me that she had to put on the dress just to show I can get into Marilyn. That shit baffles the hell out of me.
Oh, I don't feel as strongly about the dress situation as you, but like I said, when you first wrote it in, I feel like if something is basically it's a tight fit already, like when you slip it on, it's already tight. Moving in it, something that's really tight, you're gonna know. Oh, you could. Like you ever like try a shirt on or like try something on, it's like you want to try it on because you like hope it fits, and you try it on, it's like, God damn, this shit's too tight. It's not gonna fit me. It's like it's not gonna work out, you know. And it's like that's why I said possibly she could have damaged the dress. You know, I don't know the backstory, what it comes down to, all the things, but she did say she had to lose 15 pounds, right, just to fit the dress. So that means even with that, it's probably a real tight fit. And then she had to walk up some stairs. In that little bit of movement, you could have ripped something could have, with a toe on.
All I'm saying, I just felt like this was like a power movement. This really, she really didn't consider the history this dress has, right? So who doesn't love Marilyn Monroe, right? And so to me, it was just a power move on her, basically like feeling like, oh, I can get the dress and wear it. When again, they made a replica that looked exactly like the dress for her. So when she got up when she got upstairs on top of the stairs, she changed into the replica. So she could have wore that replica, Johnny, the whole way.
Or she could have wore replica up, right? She could have put the dress on, posed for the actual dress with some pictures, and took it right off. She should have never did no walking in there.
Again, that's a work of art, and basically what they did was they took a work of art and they damaged it. That's like if I take the fucking Picasso art and I fucking put it in my house, and it gets dusty, it loses value. The minute you take it and you do like you don't keep it completely the form of what it was, you are damaging history. You get what I'm saying to you? That's why I feel some type of way. She damaged history.
Yeah. What?
And the fact that Marilyn Monroe basically said she never wanted anybody to wear that dress. That dress was her dress. That was the dress she sang happy birthday to President Kennedy in. That was her work of art. To me, it's just some bullshit. And I think Kim K should pay.
Hey, well, I don't know.
She got the money.
I was about to say she definitely got the money.
Right. Pay for the shit to get fixed. She needs to stop making excuses and just pay for the shit to get fixed. She didn't even look good in that Marilyn Monroe dress. Sorry, she didn't. I'm sorry. She's wore better things to the gala than that shit. Because that shit on her did not look good. But if you look at it with Marilyn Monroe killed that shit in that dress. I'm just saying. Kim K pisses me off.
Yeah, I just went to the back to look at her in the dress, but
see, if she was still with Kanye wouldn't have told her to wear that shit.
Oh man. But yeah, so yeah. But we're gonna move on from the dress. We want to talk about I don't know. Maybe I'm out the loop. You could lead this conversation. Like carry this part of the conversation on this topic. But for those who don't know, Saucy Santanna is an up and coming rapper. He also made Double XL magazine. Double XL released their freshman cover, and he was one of the members. But supposedly, I guess while he was on stage, he said something how women need gays.
So this is what he said verbatim. He said it was at the Texas Pride where he's from. Oh no, he's not from Texas, but I think he was at the Texas Pride. And this comes after a couple of weeks of when he bashed Blue Ivory, Beyonce's daughter, about her hair and how.
Oh, I seen it was basically old tweets that resurfaced and people went like, well, the fan base, the Beehive went crazy about it.
Right, and how he dissed Blue Ivory about not being on the level that Northwest is on. So this is what he said. He said, "Let it be known that gays run the world. When these hoes need their hair done, they call the gays. When they hoes need a stylist, they call a motherfucking gay. When the hoes need a motherfucking face done, they call the gays. There's the gays are it."
Like
So let me say this. We are naturally feminine. Okay, we naturally do hair. We are naturally makeup artists. We are naturally just everything feminine. When you talk about feminine, when you talk about nails and hair and makeup, you talk about a woman who started the fucking movement. So for him to go on stage and say gays started that or we need gays, that's not the truth. Do gays now work in that
field?
Yes. And that's because women have given them the opportunity to work in that field. Because if we would have turned their asses away and be like, we don't want no fucking gay guy working on us, or we don't want no guy working on our face or our hairs, you wouldn't be afforded the opportunity to do that. Understand? So again, we have set the bars for how gay people do their makeup and how they do their hair and how they carry on with their nails. It's always been a woman who's done that. Get what I'm saying to you? So I find it kind of rude and disrespectful that he's comparing what gays now do to it starting with them. I think he's the type of guy that, yes, he gets his nails done and all this other stuff, but dude, the reason why you're feminine is because you learned from a woman how to, because you watch women be feminine. Does that make sense?
No, I know what you're saying. I definitely understand what you're saying. Basically,
so to me, it's a little.
That's the influence. You basically.
Right.
You might see another at a young age. He might have seen another gay person have his hair done or his nails done or this makeup done, but that person definitely seen a woman or they had a woman in their life that did their hair, did their nails, did makeup, or something along the lines of that. I get completely what you're saying. That's what I said. Like when it comes to this, I transfer the topic to you.
Because I find it disrespectful.
I can't really speak much about on this, like so. But I do know.
That's like a stud. That's like basically a stud saying that a stud is a female who dresses up like a man, and you get what I'm saying, who acts like a man. That's like a stud saying, well, men copy the studs. We started the whole movement of like baggy pants and hats to the side and gold chains and shit like that. You get what I'm saying? Or do rags and stuff like it doesn't make sense. The reason why you done that is because you watch men all your life do a certain thing that now you do because that's just what it is. Listen, Johnny, I don't like him. He used to be on Love and Hip Hop, right? And on Love and Hip Hop, there was another incident where he went to, I think, a female strip club, and he got arrested that night because he went on stage and he started to take off his clothes, and the guys at the strip club was upset, and they kicked him out. He got arrested, and he got shot. But you get what I'm saying? I feel like he's always wanted to be a woman. So to me, it's him saying that on stage. Yeah, nobody was cheering.
The only thing I was saying is, obviously, it was a pride event. He's feeling himself. He was talking his shit for, his community. He was talking his shit for his community. Obviously, people feel away, disagree with his thing, but you can also look at it. He's just talking his shit for his community.
Yeah, but it's always. I feel like you can be for the community. You don't have to put down.
And I agree with you because gender. You want to bring up your community doesn't mean you got to take down the next community or the next community. Belittle them for you to push yourself up. You could just push yourself up and let it be known.
When the baby did it, and he talked about the gays and his was it rolling? What was it? The rolling.
It was rolling loud. It was rolling loud.
Right. Everybody was upset at him. Right. Everybody was pissed, everybody was like, yo, don't disrespect the gays. You don't have to, in order to build yourself up, you don't have to talk about gay people. So why isn't he under the same, you get what I'm saying?
I feel what you're saying. It's
why isn't he under the
seems to
same?
be a different standard when
Right.
person of the community says something versus someone outside
Right.
of the community says
And
something.
he's putting down a whole fucking community. He's putting down a whole community of women. That's not okay. That's not okay, Johnny. I just don't feel like it's okay.
Yeah, so like I said, I let you carry this topic. Much of an outsider, and I can speak on it just a tad bit, but it's not something I could really definitely go into, you know, because it's a woman thing and you know a woman's versus gay thing, and but with that topic, we're gonna slide to something that took place this week that was hilarious. I don't know. I read some comments. People felt like it wasn't as funny, but I found it funny. Anybody that bust their ass, I laugh. I bust my ass. I'm younger. I'm a very clumsy person. I'll be busting my ass every now and then. And when I bust my ass, I sit there like, damn, I know just bust my ass, get up and keep it moving. But the president was out and about riding his bike. He came to a stop. It looked like he's trying to get off the bike. Like he was sitting on the bike. He stood up.
Johnny, but why was this funny?
I'm explaining to you. He got off his bike and like his foot got caught in the pedal, and he just went. It just went down. I find it funny. Listen, I know technically he is. He is a senior citizen. He is a senior citizen. He is. 65 and up. He's almost 80 years old. He's almost 80. But look, I don't mean no harm. I'm someone that laughs at everyone who busts their ass. Listen,
That's not funny, like Johnny. He could have hurt himself. Look, he could have legit hurt himself.
This is my disclaimer. As long as he's good, it's fine. If some foul shit happened,
how do you know if he was good or not, Johnny?
He was definitely good. He got right.
He probably wasn't, Johnny, but he was on TV, and he's not the one.
Well, what I'm saying is, the way I look at it is like you bust your ass, slip, boom, you bruise something, you scrape your knee, scrape your ankle, but you get up, you dust it off. That shit might hurt for a moment, but I find that funny. But if you go down and you ain't coming back up, it's not funny because like, oh shit, it's something serious. That's how I look at it. It's not as long as it's not serious, I'm gonna laugh my ass off. I seen that shit and I was fucking rolling. That shit had me rolling.
Obama.
You said what?
If it was Barack Obama, would you have laughed? No.
Yes.
No, you wouldn't have, Johnny.
If it was Barack, I would have laughed. If it was Trump, I would have laughed. If it was Bernie Sanders, I would have laughed. I would have laughed at all of them if they bust their ass.
No, you wouldn't have, Johnny.
Yes, I would have. It would have been mad funny.
I don't think that was funny.
Well, look, I gave you look. What you call it?
Well, we don't even know if he was okay or not.
He's good.
You really don't know that, Johnny.
We would have found out he wasn't okay. They definitely had told us, oh shit, like he really fucked his hip up or he fucked his knee up. Or his wrist or elbow, but he's fine.
He's 80 years old, you said it. So we don't know if he was.
Yeah, well, he'll be 80 November 20th.
I'm just saying, John.
He'll be 80 this November. But as I said, I just found that shit. It was funny. Joe Biden bike accident. Why didn't? Let's see if they say anything about him being hurt.
Johnny, that's childish that you laugh.
Oh my God.
It's so childish, Johnny. It really is. He's an 80-year-old man who's in charge of our country. God forbid he would have hurt himself.
And it wouldn't be funny.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. It's funny because he's good. If it was something more serious, I'm like, damn, that's some foul. Like, damn, that's fucked up.
No, what you laughing is fucked up.
Listen, I laugh when I see little kids bust their ass. I laugh. I'm like, oh, I'm not. You know what I'm trying to say. I'm not gonna laugh in people's faces when they bust their ass, but I'm gonna laugh. I'm like, yo, you say, oh, nah, he just bust his ass. You seen that? Oh, yo, she dead bust her ass just now. I'm gonna laugh. I'm gonna enjoy my laughter. But like I said, if it's something turns out to be more serious, like, all right, damn, my bad. Like, oh shit, I should not laugh at that. I take my laughing back. But in the moment, like my first thing is not to laugh. They bust their ass, they get up, they keep pushing. That's when I laugh. I don't laugh if I see somebody fall, it catches my attention. Like, oh, I wait. Oh, they get up, they keep pushing, they cursing at themselves like fuck, shit. That's when I laugh. I wait. Somebody fall. Somebody fall.
You not making yourself look any better right now. You just making yourself look so mean.
No, I'm not the only person that thinks this way.
Okay.
No, I'm not the only person that thinks this way.
Okay. Stop watching the video, John. Yo, I can't stand you. For real.
Oh my lord. He just took a tumble. He got back up though. He said he's good.
All right, guys. We moving on to the next topic. Johnny just made himself look like a really mean person.
Let me know if I look
excuse
mean.
him.
I'm not mean, man.
He's usually not like that. I don't know why he found it funny. But.
Enjoy your last while you can. Now let's get into something that was popular. She just seems that she just can't get anything right, you know. Like me and Dev talked about it. She testified in court, and she's basically the main reason why she lost the case. Her testimony and all the shit is just bad, and she's like a Karen on steroids. That's how I perceive her now. She's an actress.
I don't think she's a Karen. You ever seen the movie Gone Girl?
No, I heard it was a really good movie. I've yet to see Gone Girl, but I've heard it was good.
Watch Gone Girl.
I will, definitely will. It's something I've been meaning to watch.
Because that's what she reminded me of, Gone Girl.
Oh. And
like,
I'll watch it and we'll discuss more about that when I watch the movie. I'll be like, oh, damn, I see what you're talking about. But yeah, we're talking about Amber Heard. So she had her post-case interview, and it's just, everything she's saying is just, it just as to why she lost. You know what I'm trying to say? It's just more to why. It's like
she dead said this comes from the lawyer who made people believe that this comes from the lawyer of the man who made people believe he had scissors for hands.
Nobody believed he.
When she said that, I said, who really believed he had scissors?
Listen, he killed that role. I loved Edward Scissorhands as a kid. That was one of the movies I liked. I enjoyed that movie. But who in the fuck really thought he had scissors for hands?
No, but here's my problem. And when I saw it, I'm like, Devin, I believe more he had a chocolate factory.
Like, what? People really thought so.
I believed more than I believed he was more of Irish. Was it Irish? An Irish mob than the Edison hand.
Shit, fuck it. We're going there. I think he was more of a pirate than
you never see.
He's Jack Sparrow.
Like I'm sorry. I'm so happy he won that case. I need him to be. Listen, they took him out of Fantastic Beasts due to this case of.
And he lost the Pirates of the Caribbean role. He lost that role because of this whole situation.
Right. He lost so many roles. He lost commercials. He lost money. And my whole thing, people who was his friends stopped talking to him due to like him having this like title on his name. So I was so happy to see that he won, and people started to believe him again, and people started to realize that she's just crazy. And I'm Johnny. It again, her shit was inconsistent. I watched the case every morning on my way to work. I would watch the case. Her stories were inconsistent. One jury member, anonymous jury member, basically said that the way when she did her testimony and she kept looking at them, she made them feel uncomfortable. Like Johnny, I just feel like I just feel like she deserved to lose. And so watching her do this fucking interview, I'm like, yo, she's crazy. If you watch the whole interview, Johnny,
I watched bits and pieces. I think there's one point they asked her like if she still loved Johnny Depp, and she was like, she still loves him. It was just a whole bunch of stuff. It's
Johnny, she crazy. I swear, she crazy. I watched that whole interview because I watched my shit on my way to work.
Look, she did a poor acting job on that stand, and it looked like it's still going. It looked like she's trying to play the character, and it's just like, all right, girl, give it up. You lost.
Nobody believes your ass no more.
You know, it's like, and people will want to believe her. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, we are in a time where people people leaning more to believe the woman. People are defending the woman. People are saying the woman like to take the woman's side first. That's in like more of the time we on, and for all that stuff to go on, and it's like everybody looking at her like, even women, not even the men, even the women just looking at her like, what, like the women didn't believe her, and that's what made it worse. So it's like, maybe she would have had a chance if she never testified.
She's crazy.
But her testimony led to her downfall, and now here we are. She owed him money, but I don't think Johnny Depp,
he declined the money.
Yeah, he said he don't care about the money. It was more about clearing his name. So lucky for her. They try to show she's trying to. Maybe she does shop. I forgot what they call her. Was it a Target or something? TJ Maxx. So maybe she does shop there on the regular, like outside of this whole scandal. Before this scandal, she maybe. Yeah, but the way she tried to make it look, I felt like that was like a stage. Or, oh, look, I'm shopping at TJ Maxx. I felt that was staged, like that whole show staged. But, you know, I think at this point she just needs to let it go, heal whatever issues that she has going on, and move forward with her. Just
she has a baby. She might as well just
Does she?
Not with him.
Obviously not. And that would make the whole matters of the situation completely worse. But I didn't know that. I didn't know that. Well, yeah, so she needs to move on, live her life, and just put all this past her. I wish her the best with it, but she just has to understand that how she, like, that testimony is just, it was just something off about it. It didn't feel genuine. It was cringy.
Right, it was
cringy. It was bad.
Yeah, it was. It was bad.
It just, you didn't even get, like, you know what I'm trying to say, through her testimony, you didn't even get like a feeling like, oh, she might be telling the truth or something. That she didn't, like, none of that came across my, oh, she might be telling the truth.
Right.
It's like, oh man, it's like bullshit story after bullshit story, inconsistency after inconsistency, and it's like, damn. But like I said, is that she's at the point of life. They did it. He goes his way. She goes her way. He's happy he got to clear his name. Now she needs to heal whatever that's eating up at her, heal, move forward, and just live her life to the best that she can and do what she can.
Just away from Johnny Depp.
Maybe one day they could bury the hatchet and converse.
But they can't.
I'm pretty sure that's something that's not in none of their cards, and that's something I don't think that will happen. If I was Johnny Depp, I wouldn't even want to do it because I would be setting yourself up for some bullshit. That's how I look at it. But I'm just saying, in the positive outlook of it is maybe one day they can have a conversation and look past or put all of it behind.
Right.
That's just my outside positive thing on the subject.
Drop.
Technically, you can't spotlight Beyonce's album. Beyonce is established. It's more of an up and coming rising.
No, I'm gonna do it on Beyonce.
So you want to spotlight Beyonce,
right? Because I'm excited for the album, so I'm gonna spotlight Beyonce's album.
So we're gonna do the spotlight. We're gonna cut it.
We're gonna do the spotlight. I told you what I'm gonna do it on. You can go first.
No, you can go first.
Okay. So my spotlight of this ASO is Beyonce's album.
Yeah. So usually when we talk spotlight, we talk about something on the rise, up and coming, or whatnot.
That is up and coming. It's coming out just like
she's established. She's not really a. So when spotlight,
it's coming out July 29th.
She's not.
It is up and coming.
She's not under the radar.
It is under the radar right now.
It's not under the radar.
Listen.
Yes,
it is. Yes, it is.
She's borderline the radar.
Right, she is. But that's my spotlight. You can't tell me what to spend a spotlight on. That's what I'm spotlighting on.
We could have just, moved away, let it be. We could have ended the thing, but
what's your spotlight?
Since we're doing a spotlight, I'm gonna spotlight Culture Capsule and C2, our channel. I'm gonna spotlight our channel. Get more people. We got the OS for those who watch ASO, don't watch other. We got OSA. Now, obviously, All Stars. That's one show. We have ASO, another Shitty Opinion podcast. That's two shows. We also have Made in Melanin.
Right.
That's three shows on the Culture Capsule channel. That's three. What else do we have? We have something else. We have something else. I have something else.
Not right now. I think we have some stuff coming out soon, but
definitely got some other stuff in the work. Right. My co-host has got her own thing coming up in the works. When we get there, you'll see when my co-host got something in the works along the line. We have two other things along the lines. I feel like I'm forgetting something. I might be forgetting something, but
I don't think so. Not right now, no.
I think those are the three shows basically: Made Melanin, OSA, ASO. Right now, yeah, those are the only three shows we have on Culture Castle. But tune in. If you enjoy one, you'll enjoy the others. It's
right.
People you'll see before. I've made some special guest appearances. I made a Melanin. I'm one of the main people of the OSA podcast, and I'm the co-host for ASO. So you'll see me in different places. And Bree, who's one of the main people on Made in Melanin. She's the co-host on ASO. She's not really a sports person, but so you're not gonna catch her on OSA, but you'll catch her on two of the three that we have. But she has something in the works, so when that eventually comes out, you could catch her on three of the four things that we got on Culture Capsule. But by the time it drops, hopefully we have the number is expanded. So we're gonna spotlight Culture Capsule, the C2 movement, and with that being said, that's a wrap on this brand new episode of another Shitty Opinion podcast. Your boy John, my co-host Bree, and we are out.